Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Brian, and welcome to Auto Bond Investing. Oh, things are getting exciting. If you have been following this channel, you know I'm a big believer in Virgin Galactic. And I don't know if it's going up or down now. It is flatlining. Volume is coming out of it. I had it pegged on the charts. We'll show in a few minutes to launch one way or the other between today and tomorrow morning, and it is just flatlining. I don't know what it's going to do, but man, is it exciting. If you saw my video yesterday morning, you know I got into Tlry yesterday morning, exited that position on a 600% increase today. And so I got new things to add to the watch list. I'm going to talk about things, updates from yesterday morning. Then I'm going to talk about Ethereum a little bit, which continues the breakout, which I told you about last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. So things are exciting, and I can't wait to share with you. So stay tuned. Okay, I wanted to start with Tlry. So like I said in the intro, I exited this position today. I'm on stockcharts.com, by the way, and I like stock charts for a couple of reasons. Let me back up here a second. I'll show you first of why. So when I put in the ticker symbol here, the graphic that comes up shows the RSI at the top and the MACD at the bottom. And so I like those two indicators to check out. Now, when I pulled up Tlry over the weekend and was checking this out then, which is what led me to Monday morning saying, well, I entered an option, call option position on this on Monday morning, but I added it to my watch list over the weekend because these 3 days going into the end of last week were consolidating. And if you look, it was consolidating on lower volume each day, and the that's the weekly here. But down here, at the bottom is the point and figure chart, and it had it sitting right in here, but the X's were moving back up, indicating it was going up. And so I was really watching for the thought that this would break above this 28.64.8 mark and run on Monday or Tuesday of this week. So I added it to my watch list. Clearly, yesterday morning, volume started coming in to the stock, and it pumped it up to about 27.50. It looked at that point like it was going to clear the day above the 28.86 from the day before. So I held it overnight, obviously, and boom, they announced a huge deal with the UK today, and off to the races. It's trading at 42.17 as of when I record this, which is about 23 minutes or so before the market close. Look, is it going to continue to go up? I don't know. It has the volume today is probably going to be an all-time record for the asset. And so, you can't, it's anybody's guess, but I made 600% on 10 call options, which, quite frankly, is good enough for me for 2 days of work. And you know what they say about greed. So I exited that position. Yes, I exited it below 42.17, but I'm quite happy with the results. So moving on to bigger and better things. All right, so let's talk about Ethereum. This is the 2-hour chart over at Crypto Watch, which I like the charts over at Crypto Watch. And so, look, it hit a high overnight last night of 1823, almost 1824. Took back some of that and is now trying to push back up above the 1800 mark. It's trading at 1776 right now. These moves in Ethereum, we've yet to see the explosive move in Ethereum that some of the other coins have had, the 25, 30% up days over, over and over again. We haven't really seen those yet in Ethereum. And so I still say that when I called the 1750 breakout, or I guess it was the 1500 breakout 2 weeks ago, that this is an asset that looks like it wants to run again. And I'm really thinking a triple in the month of February. Now, where do I come up with that number? I made it up. It's out of my head. But, is it far-fetched? We've got Bitcoin hitting close to 50,000. We've got Dogecoin going nuts. Even Litecoin's going hitting up above, or hitting close to 180 again. So, who knows, right? But this is something for me, at least, that I buy, and I love talking about it. I think crypto is certainly the way of the future, but I'm not trading in and out of this stuff every week, every day. I'm looking to hold these things for a year plus and see where it goes, because I really believe that it's hard to look a year or 3 years out and say that these cryptocurrency assets, the big ones, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, that these things are going to be less valuable than they are now, especially when you got Elon Musk doing what he announced yesterday morning. And make no mistake, that got a lot of play because it's Elon, smart guy. I totally get it. But a lot of CFOs at Fortune 500 companies have got to be having these same conversations. And I think we're just scratching the top of the iceberg so far. And in in 2021, we'll hear more and more of companies parking some of their cash in cryptocurrency as a hedge. And I think that's going to be a major trend that continues. And every time that happens, supply is coming off the market. And, look, when Elon announces he's buying $1.5 billion worth of crypto, demand, people listen. And so that increases the demand. So I'm not a real smart guy, but I know when supply goes down and demand goes up, that's good for price. So that's how I'm looking at this. You guys know I'm a big fan of Virgin Galactic. I think this is people see this as a space tourism company. I think it can be so much more. Sort of like 5 years ago when people were seeing Tesla as a car manufacturer, and it's so much more. But time will tell. But I got a little tell you. I was thinking today, based on the chart today, tomorrow morning we'd see this thing explode up. It's traded down today. It looks like in the last hour or so, it's turned positive, up fractionally for the day. It looks like it's turning up. We really need a break on volume above 58. Now, here's what I really like about this. And we're looking at the whole move, the move from about 29 to about 60 or so over the last month, give or take. If you look in the last two, like the February 5th through the present, volume has really come out of this thing compared especially, right, to like January 27th, 28th. And that was pretty much sell volume, but leading into it. So volume has come out of this. It certainly looks like the sellers are now gone. And the patience will either, we're going to figure it out one way or the other. This is either going to break above 58 on renewed volume and start the uptrend again, or it's just going to consolidate here for a while. I just can't imagine this thing moving down sharply now. Look, we've had consistently higher lows and higher highs. On the 28th of January, the low, and then the 29th of a high. The 1st of February, a higher low. The 2nd, a higher high. The 3rd, a higher low. The 4th, a higher high. And here we are. And it's just, it just needs the volume to come in. There was a news report today about some advisory council, more smart people. And look, Virgin Galactic knows how to put smart people on the bench. And it looks like some smart people are joining their advisory board. Some certainly nice resumes. I don't think that's enough, obviously, to move the stock. Clearly, the market didn't think so either. But it's part of the trend that this company knows how to attract and retain and put talent on the bench, which is pretty cool. Okay. So I'm a long-term holder at Virgin. However, I would consider on a break on volume, which I'm watching this all the time now because I think it's a day or two away. But I would be considering $60 call options short term, maybe with a February 19th expiration. if in the next day or two we see volume come in and breaking it above the 58 again. Once it goes above 58 again on volume, I think it's going to run. I really think it's going to run. Anyway, things I'm adding to my watch list now. Neo. So, and the reason being is because of this. So we've got, let me hit the 6-month gig on this. So we have a nice cup, a nice handle, decreasing volume, and today we've got the green candle bumping up against the resistance. It's about 62.50 as I record this, and it's just a really nice setup. And if you look on the 5-day, let me change this over to 15-minute bars because I just think that's easier to look at here. Let me go there. Okay, so we had just a nice move all day today. Nice positive trend up in the last 30 minutes or so. A red candle bringing it back down to 62.50. It was over 63 for a few minutes. But I'm really looking for this to move sharply higher. It looks like the new uptrend is about to take place. Clearly, we need to hit above the resistance, which is probably around the $64, $65 mark. I'm gonna buy hopefully before the end of the market today something in anticipation of a move like that tomorrow. Will it consolidate for a couple days before making that move? Maybe. But I'm going to try to get into this before the end of the close today. I also talked yesterday morning on the watch list is INO, Inovio Pharmaceuticals. I'm playing the bounce here, and I have entered a position in this. It's at 1373. I bought in yesterday morning around the $13 mark. We really need this to hit over 14 to move, and it needs to hit over 14 in the next little bit here, next day or two, right? And that's that bar right there, like 1450, where it opened and came down on that day. I'm really looking for a move over that 1450, ideally to 15. If it comes anywhere over like 1450 to 15, it should retrace that whole run back to the $18, $19 mark, which I'm hoping will happen in the next week or so. My patience is a little bit wearing thin on this because the action in it is just flatlining. So that to me is a good sign that it's just like consolidating here. And again, it had a nice move yesterday afternoon, and it came down under that bar, but it's just consolidated. It's tested a little head fake here, and it's below now. What's this 50-day or 50 moving average? It's not 50-day because it's a shorter time frame, right? But I'd love it to close today over 14. It doesn't look like it's going to try to do that, but I am still in this name. I've added to the watch list today Nano Dimension, and I've done that because let me pull up the 1-year chart. This thing has moved from 250 to 1660, right? But in the last week, it came down. It looked like it consolidated, and it looks like it's trying to run up again. However, it could just come right back down and try to consolidate more around the 15. So I haven't added to this yet. I'm probably not going to buy into this today because I'm still keenly watching what it's going to do. A break above to 1750 today, and yeah, I'll buy in. But absent that, I'm comfortable just waiting overnight and watching to see if it's going to try to consolidate further on that $15 mark tomorrow. And lastly is Snowflake. Okay, so look, haters don't tell me how overpriced this stock is. I hear you. Okay, but it had a huge run from 250 to 400 late in the year, last in 2020, right? And it's consolidated that gain over the last month or so, month and a half, right? And now it looks like it's trying to push up to a new high for 2021 and on increasing volume. So could it come back up and retest that $400 mark over the next couple weeks? It depends. We need confirmation of this bar today, and I'll be looking for that confirmation tomorrow sometime. I doubt I'll enter this position today either, but it is something I'm clearly watching in anticipation of tomorrow. So anyway, that's what I've got. That's what I'm doing. Still feeling the high from the Tlry explosion of a move. That was really cool. Would like to see a couple of those, but that's the problem with this. You get one, you hit one hole in one, and you think you can hit the hole-in-one on the very next hole again, and you swing for the fences. So anyway, just really excited about that, and it's what keeps me going and keeps this fun for me. But I am not a financial advisor, and so don't buy or sell anything just because I said so. Do your own research, and heck, I just like talking about this stuff, and I think it's a lot of fun to talk about, and maybe make a couple bucks along the way, and I hope you do as well. So if you enjoy what I'm talking about, I would love it if you'd subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thank you for that in advance. And other than that, we'll talk tomorrow. Have a great evening.